though they are slightly higher, but the coffee we are growing, Arabica coffee, is the same. It's not about adulteration. I really want to pray that
we are saying blending it.
Madam Speaker, I want him to withdraw it. The reason I want, one, for this Arabic coffee, if you mix it with Zombo, it ceases to be Erigon Pride. And this is if you are the one taking our coffee to brand it and make it Zombo coffee, you are making a mistake. We write clearly state, our coffee can never. If there are businessmen who are branding it, that's businessmen. But there will be no way this coffee can be branded with Zombo.
I want to say this. Right now, we have so many business people from the Elgon in Paida town. Should we order them to leave buying coffee? But because he doesn't want to accept, I withdraw.
Honorable members, I put a question that Kilo 37 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 37 as amended.
I put a question that clause 37 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 38.
I put a question that clause 38 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 39.
I put a question that clause 39 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 40.
I put a question that clause 40 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 41.
Chair.
Chair, clause 41 is amended by C, substituting the head note for the following: repeal of section 42 of the Principal Act. D, substituting the clause for the following: section 42 of the Principal Act is repealed. Justification A, there is no need for the ministry to be mandated to promote consumption of coffee by law. Is just an administrative measure and not a matter of law. B, rationalization is intended to do away with wasteful expenditure, hence rendering the provision unnecessary.
Right Honorable Chair, the committee proposes to repeal the whole of section 42, but I think the committee intended to only repeal section 42 2A. Section 42 provides for the authority shall promote and support domestic coffee consumption. That is one. Two, for purposes of this section, the authority shall conduct awareness on coffee consumption, conduct behavior change communication among the public to encourage the drinking of coffee, and three, build the capacity of local roasters, coffee baristas, coffee brewers, and any other stakeholders. While I agree that it may not be the duty of the ministry to go around promoting the consumption of coffee, I do not think it is harmful, because we have the people who are in that value chain, and they are part of the value addition of the value chain of coffee. So there is coffee which is exported and then coffee which is consumed locally. So to remove it may not be in the best interest of completing the entire value chain. I propose, honorable members and colleagues, that we leave section 42 within the Act and the ministry will then use its policy directives to manage this value chain. I don't think it is harmful. I beg to submit.
Madam Chair, I want to state that we produce Elgon Pride and it should be consumed. The committee is, what I brought up this is that now we want the ministry to be the advertising agent for people who are producing coffee locally. So I want to agree with the Attorney General that section 42 will only amend the word authority. The rest should remain.
Thank you.
Right Honorable Chair, I concede.
So for the record, we are proposing that the clause 42 should now be amended in clause 42(1) to replace the word authority with the ministry, and in 42(2) to amend to replace the word authority with ministry. I beg to submit.
I put a question that clause 42 be amended as proposed by that clause 41 be amended as proposed by the Attorney General, and 41. It is clause 42 of the apparent act, but clause 41 of the bill. I put a question that clause 42 be amended as proposed by the 41 be amended as proposed by the by Attorney General. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 41 as amended.
I put a question that clause 41 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say aye, to the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 42.
Clause 42. I put a question that clause 42 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 43.
I put a question that clause 43 stands part of the bill.
Clause 43 is talking about amending section 44. Levy on coffee export. Madam Chair, there's no way a minister can levy. You understand? Yeah, because you see there are some way you are substituting that they are fitting in. But here you cannot say the minister shall levy a charge. No. I think here they could, to be safe, the ministry shall levy a charge, not the minister.
Minister.
You see? Because the ministry has a PS.
Minister.
Right, Honorable Chair, Honorable colleagues. Many of these levies and things that have the ability to create a tax are normally signed off by the minister because it's an executive function.
Yes.
So if you say the ministry, then that means anyone in the ministry could do that. Secondly, it is normally done by statutory instrument, and you'll find a great difficulty having a PS or a commissioner signing a statutory instrument. I beg to propose, honorable colleagues, that we do leave it with the minister to propose and handle that. Thank you.
Thank you. I put a question that clause 44 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say aye to the contrary. The ayes have it. I put a question that clause 43 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 44. Clause 45.
I put a question that clause 45 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 46.
I put a question that clause 46 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 47.
I put a question that clause 47 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 48.
I put a question that clause 48 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 49.
I put a question that clause 49 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 50.
I put a question that clause 50 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 51.
I put a question that clause 51 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 52.
I put a question that clause 52 stands part of the bill.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I am on 52. We're trying to amend. No, we're talking of section 53 of the law. Madam Chair, I wanted to bring the notice to my colleague from Zombo that under section 53(2)H, it says adulterated coffee, that one, or is in possession of adulterated coffee, that one, including mixing coffee of different types, or mixing coffee with non-coffee materials, or whatever types. So, Madam Chair, I wanted to put an also colleague that if there are people in Zombo who are mixing coffee from other areas, they are committing a crime. You better report them immediately to police.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Honorable members, I put a question that stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 53.
I put a question that clause 53 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 54.
I put a question that clause 54 stands part of the bill. Buvuma.
54 is talking about regulations.
Right Honorable Chair, clause 54, I propose to amend section 56 of the Principal Act, subsection 1, by inserting the following. After the word minister, the following. The minister shall, with approval of Parliament, make resolutions, blah, blah, justifications to ensure okay, right Honorable Chair, after the word minister shall, with approval of Parliament, make regulations, justification to ensure that Parliament examines and approves any regulations made under this Act.
Madam Speaker, Parliament makes laws and you task the executive to implement them and report to Parliament on the implementation progress. Requiring the regulations, I can be required to lay them on the table. That's in order, and that practice is well known. So I do not support the amendment, Madam Chair and colleagues.
Honorable Minister, the member is saying the minister lays regulations to Parliament. You see, when you lay on to Parliament, who will send to a committee? The committee will bring it to Parliament, and it is the same thing. It doesn't differ much.
Chair, I am not disagreeing with your guidance, but the framing of the section,
Laying on table.
laying on table is okay, but with approval,
And
it's a conditional precedent.
It is laying on table.
No. Madam Chair, regulations is a law. But this is regulations. Listen to me. We have made so many laws whereby there are those which can be just laid, there are those which should be approved. And I want to state that having given the minister all the powers from the beginning up to the end, you make a mistake to allow him make regulations and he implements, you are in danger. This is a very leading sector. It is a coffee sector. It has a lot of revenues. He can even change many things. So, Madam Chair, I want to agree with my colleague from Uvuma that the minister may, with approval, I'm saying may, with approval of Parliament,
Honorable Nandala, the minister shall lay regulations before Parliament for better carrying into effect the provisions of this Act.
we can improve. The reason why I'm saying the minister may, it is right.
Shall.
Give me your ears for 1 minute. He may decide not to make the what? The regulation.
Why? We are saying he must.
So you're saying he must?
Yes.
So you're saying the minister shall make regulations with the approval of Parliament.
Honorable Nathan, Honorable Katundu, yes?
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. Ordinarily, we make the principal act, and under that act, the minister is given powers to make regulations or rules for purposes of implementing the act. The reason why we require sometimes to have those rules or regulations laid on table is for us to be certain that he has not exceeded his powers. However, if you say approval, then we go back into the process as Parliament into looking into those regulations. Actually, it's like we are now enacting another law. In any case, once you say approval, it means the House sends them to the committee, then they are brought back, and then we debate them all over again, like we are debating an act of Parliament. I would suggest, and really, because this is a honest debate between the Honorable Nandala Mafabi and us, very, very honest, and I appreciate my colleague's contribution. And the reasons are not very difficult to find. Honorable Nandala Mafabi is a coffee group, if I may call him so. So, let the minister make the regulations, lay them on table, and once he lays them on the table, then we have an opportunity to look into them. If we think he has exceeded his powers, then we will take him at that point. Otherwise, we can't provide everything to be debated as if we are going to go through another process of enacting a substantive law. Yes, Madam Chairperson, I'd like to caution the minister and indeed the entire cabinet. If you have been given powers to make rules, don't go beyond the powers you have been given. Make sure you only enact rules to implement, for purposes of implementing the Parent Act. We have not given you powers to legislate substantively.
So can we have the amendment?
Having listened to the debate, Right Honourable Chair, I propose that the proposal by the Honourable Member from Buvuma be amended to read that the Minister shall make regulations and lay the same before Parliament. Beg to submit.
The Minister shall make regulations and lay before Parliament.
I concede, Madam Speaker. Madam
To who?
We are the same.
Shall.
The Minister shall make regulations and lay the same before Parliament.
Thank you. Minister,
I concede to this amendment.
thank you. On the same?
Yeah, Madam Chair, in most cases, regulations are good for implementation. But experience has shown that some ministers, when we tell them to make regulations and lay them on table, they sleep completely. Can we tag a period within which period? Because this is a very important sector. Can we say within 6 months? Yes. Information. And I propose that within 6 months, they read the regulations.
Yes, Right Honourable Chair. Actually, the member has an interesting proposal, but I just wanted to correct something that, just for information, Honourable Ministers hardly sleep. So they never sleep on the job, because we even find it difficult sleeping at home. But I agree, Right Honourable Members, while we are doing this, we just need to be mindful of one thing. Regulations are always evolving. So please, let us not take it to mean that after we have presented regulations in 6 months, there can never be any other regulations that come. So regulations, so you are saying the first set of regulations. I have no objection to that, Right Honourable Speaker.
Madam Chair.
Honourable members, our issue on the...
Yes, Madam Chair. First of all, I agree, the regulation can be made anytime. I think what my brother Bakabulinde, that one, what he was raising is we need to differentiate the two cases. When he has made the regulation, before implementation, it should be laid in the what? In the house. I will get that two things. Before implementation, it should be laid in what? In the house. It is up to him. If he has made a regulation and decides to sit on it, he cannot implement it until he has laid it in the what? In the house. So the regulation becomes effective when it has been laid in the house and agreed on. So me, what I wanted to make some, maybe for the first one, yes, we can say for this one, which is the first one, within 6 months. Anytime you make another regulation, unless it is laid, you cannot what? Use it.
Yes, Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, once the law requires you to do some act, such as laying them before Parliament, until you have completed those processes, they'll have no legal effect. So definitely they will not have any effect until they are laid before Parliament.
Thank you. I put a question that clause 54 be amended as proposed by the Attorney General. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 54 as amended.
I put a question that clause 54 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 55.
Clause 55, I put a question that clause 55 stands part of the bill. Those in favor stand the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 56.
I put a question that clause 56 stands part of the bill. Those in favor stand the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 57.
I put a question that clause 57 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 58.
I put a question that clause 58.
Madam Chair, 58 is talking about savings and the compensation. Because we need the House to understand.
Honorable Minister.
The liabilities, we have employees who are doing what? What are you committing? Because here it is saying it transfer savings to the ministry. Now, what about the employees? Those are the liabilities I'm looking at. The other one may be the one paying the coffee necessary, whatever, but the employees. What are you putting in the law about employees?
Section 58, clause 58 provides for the saving provision, and 58.4 provides that the staff of UCDA Coffee Development Authority may be redeployed to serve in the public service, subject to the availability of positions. Yes, colleagues, yes, it may, because one, you must remember that the purpose of rationalization was to reduce. So there are some people in UCDA who are definitely not going to be redeployed. So where the positions exist, they will be redeployed. But there are some who are definitely not going to be redeployed. But that has been provided for. Thank you.
Madam Chair. We don't have that. I don't know.
Clause 58.
Clause 58.
Nandal had made a proposal. One staff and that AG had responded and said it's catered for already. So
Yes, Yona.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
On which clause?
58.
staff already catered for.
Madam Chair, whereas I agree with the change,
where we are saying the board members and staff of the Coffee Development Authority shall be paid terminal benefits in accordance with terms and conditions of their services. Madam Chair, we have been here. We watched UPK being merged to Chambogo University. We know where the staff are as of today.
Honorable members, I put a question that clause 58 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under control and nay. The ayes have it.
Title.
Honorable, before title, Honorable Kefa, Dr. Kefa.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, for giving me opportunity to move this amendment.
Honorable Minister, listen to this amendment.
The amendment I'm moving is that we insert a new clause immediately after clause 12 to say that the minister shall report to Parliament on the performance of the functions under Section 5 at least once every financial year. And the objective of this, Madam Chair, is that there is fear in the community at the moment. And this is what we are trying to address. There is fear in the community that the provision of, that the promotion of coffee, the development of the coffee sector will go down. And this is helping us to put the minister, to create some accountability, to help the minister, to ensure that the minister regularly reports to Parliament on the performance of the sector. And we are assuming that with the investment in the sector, with the investment of the sector, it's likely to perform much better. And that's what actually we are likely to see, which will be reassuring to the community. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Chair. I want to make a clarification that actually we appear before sessional committee every year when we present policy statement, and it will be covered.
Honorable members, when you look at the Public Finance Management Act, Section 13, it requires every entity, every ministry to report on the financials and the physical performance of an entity whenever they are presenting the ministerial statement, the budget framework paper, and as members of Parliament, you should take responsibility in ensuring that you do your oversight role well. Yes, Minister of Finance State.
Madam Chair, thank you very much. In addition to the Public Finance Management Act provisions, also Ministry of Agriculture as a vote is audited annually. And the report of the Auditor General captures both financial, physical, and qualitative performance. Therefore, there are all ways through which there are ways provided for already through which, if we want to check performance of the sector, we have all ways. We don't have to necessarily insert a clause in the law. Therefore, I want to invite my friend Dr. Kefa to concede, to withdraw his insertion.
Thank you. Honorable Guang.
Madam Chair, I also want to try to
plead with my colleague, Honorable Kefa, to withdraw his amendment with the following. We are all aware, honorable colleagues, that first you can even write a question for the Prime Minister to answer. And we have an able-bodied Prime Minister who has been answering questions here every Friday regarding any sector. Every Thursday. So for that matter, why would you want to wait for a financial year and make a law which gives mandate for a full year for you to come here? Why don't you ask as when you want it? I thank every week. I thank
Madam Chair.
Honorable members.
Madam Chair.
Title.
Madam Chair, we've supported the bill and we've agreed with everything. We request that for political reasons, because of the pressure we are facing, that this is allowed, at least because of the pressure that we are having on it.
Honorable members.
Title.
I put a question that the title stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Motion for resumption of the House.
Honorable Minister.
Madam Chair and honorable colleagues, I beg to move that the House do resume and the Committee of the whole House report thereto.
I put a question that the House resumes and the Committee of the whole House resumes reports there too. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Right Honorable, allow me to thank this House on
We
behalf.
have not finished. Honorable members, don't go. We still have UNRWA and RARE and Road Fund.
Report of the Committee of the whole House.
Honorable Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, Madam Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the whole House has considered the bill entitled the National Coffee Amendment Bill 2024 and passed with amendments.
Motion for adoption of the report of the Committee of the whole House.
Honorable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the report from the Committee of the whole House be adopted.
I put a question that the report of the Committee of the whole House be adopted by this House. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Bill third reading, the National Coffee Amendment Bill 2024.
Honorable members, physically we have 305 members. And maybe to respond on the issue of conflict of interest, honorable members, at the commencement of today's sitting, the leader of opposition rose, citing under 94 on the conflict of interest, he thought to indict the presiding officer for allegedly having a conflict of interest in relation to coffee amendment bill. That is on today's paper. He also referred a statement that I apparently made, upon which he imputed discrimination. From the onset, I wish to state I was quoted out of context. In any event, this house is a house of record, and being the custodian of the rules of procedure and being the house of record, and if anybody thinks that I mentioned what the leader of opposition mentioned, I want to urge that member to bring a documentary evidence and lay on table. And once it is laid on table and it is true that I said what he said, then I will be able to apologize to this country and to the persons who are affected. But before that is done, because it is not true, I will not do it. Honorable members, in event of Rule 994 of the Rules of Procedure, clearly speaks on the conflict of interest. It requires a member who has a conflict of interest to declare it, and once this is done, such a member is precluded from discussing or voting on the issue before the House. We must note that Rule 94 refers to a member and not the Speaker or the presiding officer. By whatever name called, a member is defined under Rule 2 of the Rules of Procedure as a member of Parliament. A Speaker, on the other hand, is independently defined as a Speaker of Parliament and includes the Deputy Speaker. It is imperative to note that by command of Rule 77, the Speaker shall not be part of the debate, but may give guidance to the House on the matter before the House. Similarly, Rule 93.4 of the Rules of Procedure, the person of the presiding officer, in Parliament or in committee shall have neither an original nor a casting vote. And if upon any question before the House, the votes are equally divided, the motion shall be lost. The Speaker or presiding officer shall not vote. As such, the rule is inapplicable to the Speaker because, as part of Rule 77.1 and Rule 93.4, the Speaker is neither participates in the debate before the House, nor does she vote in any issue before the House. That is why under 94.4, the decision on whether a member fails to declare a conflict of interest is a sole preserve of the Speaker. In the circumstances, therefore, the cited rule, therefore, is inapplicable, which was cited by the Leader of Opposition, to the circumstance as to presented by the Leader of Opposition. I am not conflicted. In any way. 2, he cited a wrong rule. 3, I do not vote. 4, a speaker does not become conflicted in any way or the other because she or he does not debate or does not vote. Where a vote ties, that vote is lost. So when we are debating in this House, let's debate with the logic, not politics. And I want to assure members no amount of intimidation can ever move me away from where I am. I will remain the smiling me. And now that Trump has even won the sanctions are gone. Honorable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the bill entitled the National Coffee Amendment Bill 2024 be read the third time and do pass.
I put a question that the National Coffee Amendment Bill 2024 be read the third time and do pass. Those in favor say and contrary nay. The ayes have it.
A bill for an act titled the National Coffee Amendment Act 2024.
Bill, the title is settled and the bill has been passed. On a special note, I want to thank the chairman, BCU, Honorable Nandal Mafabi, I want to thank Honorable Katuntu, Honorable Basalirwa. I want the junior Fox Odoy. I want Honorable thank Honorable Batua, the whip of DP. Whip of DP is there, and Dokolo is also here. All the DPs, UPCs, and when we we say opposition, opposition is not one party. FDC is here, NRM is here, UPC is here, DP is here, JAMA is here, independents are here. Next item.
Madam Speaker, thank you for giving me an opportunity to really move a vote of thanks. I wish to express my gratitude as the sponsor of the bill, to thank you, Madam Speaker, to thank members of Parliament, to thank His Excellency the President, to thank Her Excellency the Vice President and the Right Honorable Prime Minister for the support and for the explanation and for understanding that coffee is indeed our premium beverage for the country. We all love it. We don't only drink it, we grow it, and we shall all continue to stand together to consolidate
Honorable members, please don't go. You remember we stood over a bill. Can you whip your people there? They are going away.
So, Madam Speaker, mine is to register a vote of appreciation to all the members and to pledge that we shall continue as the ministry with
conclusion, and I do support the ministry and especially the statement of the minister. As a committee, will work together to consolidate the effort to achieve all these agencies that have been rationalized.
Honorable members, I need you in the house.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable.
I need you in the house for second reading first before you go. First come back for the second reading.
Item 3 on the order paper. Bill second reading, the Uganda National Roads Authority Repeal Bill 2024.
A brief one.
Right Honorable Speaker, in justifying the Uganda National Roads Authority Repeal Bill 2024, I would just briefly want to draw the attention of the members, and in doing that also lay their fears to rest. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, I was privileged to be a minister already in 2006 when His Excellency the President invited the members of Parliament to Statistics House to particularly mobilize resources for the road sector.
Can you speak to your motion?
That's the justification, Right Honorable. And what happened then was, Right Honorable Speaker, the money was injected into the road sector about the time the Uganda National Roads Authority was coming into effect. So there has been a misconception in the country that Uganda National Roads Authority is synonymous to good roads. The truth is that the state and the NRM government injected adequate resources for the making of roads as an affirmative intervention about the time when UNRWA was coming into existence. And it has been very difficult to separate because UNRWA came now into effect in 2008 when the first 2 trillion was put into the road sector. And that's how people started seeing roads.
Thank you.
Why we have decided that it has outlived its usefulness, we want to streamline the management of the ministry. We want to reduce the administrative work of the
Downy perfume collection. Olusinethaga.
You can do anything, and I mean anything. If you put your mind into it and you put the work and you believe in knowing that this is the path I'm going to follow, believe me, you will. And there's nothing stopping you from doing whatever that you want in life. And that's coming from a person that I thought I would never be who I am today.